So this guy's name is Herb, and he just made the craziest bet of his whole life. It's 1972, and Herb's little airline, Southwest, is barely 1 year old, and it's only flying between a few cities in Texas. Now, it's a tiny airline, but they just posted a loss of $1.6 million, which is a lot of money for a small company. When they check their bank account, they only have $143 left. Not 143K, 143, that's it, which is barely enough to pay one employee for 1 day. So Herb and his team, they're sitting in a boardroom, they're trying to figure out what to do next. And someone suggests, maybe we should just shut the whole thing down, cut our losses. But Herb, he's not ready to give up yet. He's got this crazy idea. He's like, what if we sell one of our 4 planes? We can get $500,000 for it. It'll keep us alive just a little bit longer. Now everyone looks at him and they say, you're crazy. We need 4 planes to make our routes and our schedule work. If we sell one, we can't do that. And that's when Herb brings in this guy. This is Bill Franklin, and he is the VP of ground operations. He's been in the airline industry forever, so he knows how things work. So Herb looks to Bill and he tells Bill, if we only have 3 planes technically, can we still maintain our flight schedule? And Bill thinks about it. He's like, well, most airlines take an hour to turn a plane around. Between unloading, cleaning the plane, refueling, and loading new passengers, that whole process takes forever. But then Bill says something wild. He's like, what if we could turn a plane around in 10 minutes? And everyone in the room is like, wait, what? 10 minutes? That's impossible. Nobody in the entire airline industry does that. But Bill is serious. He's like, if we can turn these planes around in 10 minutes, we can fly the same number of routes with 3 planes that we were with 4. Now Herb is desperate. So he's like, all right, Bill, let's try it. If this works, we save the company. And if it doesn't, we were done anyways. So they sell the 4th plane for $500,000, and they now only have 3 planes left, all of which are Boeing 737s. So Bill gathers the crew and he tells them straight up, guys, if we cannot turn these planes around in 10 minutes, you're fired. And we'll bring someone else that can. And if they can't do it, we'll fire them too. And we'll keep firing and we'll keep hiring until we find people who can turn planes around in 10 minutes. Now here's the thing. Most of Bill's ground crew, they're not airline veterans. They're just regular people who needed jobs. And that actually turns out to be a huge advantage because they don't have this mentality of that's not how it's done in the industry. So Bill's had set up like a NASCAR pit stop. The second the plane stops moving, everyone has a specific job. Flight attendants, they start pulling luggages down from overhead bins, and the ground crew is already refueling the plane. Other people are taking out the trash, and as soon as the last passenger gets off, new passengers are already coming on the plane. And somehow they actually pull it off. They start turning planes around in just 10 minutes. And this changes everything for Southwest because now they can fly way more routes per day with fewer planes than any other airline. While American Airlines or United are sitting at the gate for an hour, Southwest's plane is already back in the air making money. And here's where things get really interesting. Other airlines see what Southwest is doing and they're like, okay, we should try that too. Let's just copy them. But here's the problem. They can't because Southwest didn't just do one change. They changed every single thing. They fly one type of plane, the 737. All their pilots know how to fly that plane. All their mechanics know how to fix that plane. And they don't need any other parts or different training. Even their routes are optimized. They only do direct flights, no connecting flights. They don't have assigned seating, so passengers get on the plane not looking for a specific seat. They just find one that's open and they sit down. They don't serve meals. They just do peanuts and pretzels, which means no time wasted loading food onto the plane. And all of this, every single decision, it all works together to support that 10-minute turnaround. So when United Airlines tries to copy this model, they can't make it work because they have 5 different airplanes. They're still making passengers connect through big airports. They're still loading meals, and they're still dealing with assigned seats. And that is the genius of what Herb built. It's not one trick. It's a whole system. Every piece reinforces the others, and it works incredibly well. Southwest becomes profitable, and then they stay profitable for 47 consecutive years. So while every other major airline is losing money or going bankrupt, Southwest just keeps printing profits. And Herb, he becomes a legend. Fortune magazine literally prints on their cover is Herb Kelleher, America's best CEO. And during his time running Southwest, he produced the highest returns to shareholders of any company in the S&P 500. Not just airlines, we're talking about every company. And the crazy part is it all started because they were down to $143 in the bank. That 10-minute turnaround time that Bill invented for them, it became the foundation of one of the most successful business strategies in history. Now here's the thing, when your competitors cannot copy you, even when they want to, that's when you know you've built something special. So Southwest, they won by being completely different than the rest. They invented a whole new system, and that's a lot harder to copy. Good idea.